Hey, hence the title today with bottled water. I've just got a few stats here with me. Now these are only applicable in Australia, but I thought it was really very interesting as far as bottled water goes, and water usage and recycling and all that kind of stuff, and people not recycling and all the rest of it. So if you bear with me, let me just read through a few stats, and as I said, these are only applicable to Australia. But considering Australia's only got just over 20 million people, and other countries have got a lot more than that, you might find some of the stats a bit surprising. Now, obviously it's about bottled water. Now let me just kind of bear with me for a second. I'll just read through a few things. Now last year, 2007, Australians, now this is, most of these stats are centred on 1 litre bottles of water, not the little 600ml ones that people buy too. So all this stuff's most of this stuff's pretty much to do with 1 litre bottles, okay? Last year in Australia, Australians consumed 279,941,000 litres of water, bottled water. 279,941,000 litres. Now, that seemed like a lot to me. I wasn't aware it was that so much. The average cost of a litre of bottled water on average in Australia is just over $2.50. And the average cost of a litre of tap water in Australia is 0.001 cent. So you can buy a bottle on average for about just over $2.50, or you can fill up a litre bottle and it'll cost you 0.001 cent. 0.001 cent. Now, on average, amount of most people consume 14 litres in general per year. That's on average, that's per person. So obviously some people drink a lot more than that, some people drink even less. 118,000 tonnes of plastic was used to bottle all the water that we consumed as a whole nation last year. 118,000 tonnes. Now a litre bottle, you know how light that is, it's just a few grams in your hand, so imagine how much actually constitutes a tonne. And we were responsible for plastic in excess of 118,000 tonnes of plastic. Last year Australians spent just under $500 million on bottled water. $500 million on bottled water. And as far as recycling goes, that amount of plastic, 118,000 tonnes, over 76,000 tonnes of plastic went into landfill and just scattered throughout the countryside, and wherever people chucked them, they weren't recycled. 76,000, over 76,000 tonnes of plastic ended up in landfill. And there's a couple of other ones here that I don't want to bore you with, but there's another one that I found really interesting too. Now, this is on a single litre of bottled water. Now, this is the whole manufacturing process of one bottle. So when you buy your 1 litre bottle of water, whatever it is, it takes 7 litres of water and 1 litre, I got this right, yeah, 1 litre of oil, crude oil, to actually manufacture that bottle of water. So you're buying 1 litre of bottled water, and in that process, the manufacturing process for you to actually buy it, it costs 7 litres of water, 7 litres of water, and 1 litre of crude oil as far as the manufacturing process goes. So, you know, I think it says a lot as far as, like I said at the beginning, Australians are we're only like 20-something million, and there's countries with 1 billion and hundreds of millions of people. So, like, we're shocking as far as recycling and all that goes. Like, for God's sake, if you do buy a bottle of water, a litre bottle of something, just refill it with tap water. Alright? Because, like, you know, the bottled water is costing you over $2.50 on average, and the tap water is costing you 0.001 cent. And all that stuff's going into landfill. I wanted to share this with you guys because it just really astounds me. I couldn't get over some of these stats for some of these things. 76,000 tonnes. 76,000 tonnes of plastic goes into landfill every year. It's not even recycled. So, next time you buy a bottle of water, maybe just, remember some of those stats and try and keep your bottle and fill it up at work or fill it up at home and take it with you. Don't fill it right up to the top because water expands when you freeze it. So don't fill it right up to the top, freeze it and put it in your lunchbox or put it in the kids' lunchbox for them to take to school. I know they've got taps at school and all that kind of stuff, but this is just ridiculous. We've really got to do something about this consumption of plastic. Like 7 litres of water and 1 litre of crude oil just to manufacture 1 plastic bottled litre of water. I don't know. It just seems like a pretty excessive to me. Anyway, maybe just have a think about that next time you buy a bottle of bottled water. Cool. Hope you found that interesting. I really did. I'll see you soon.